city. Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. A reminder of our top stories. President Jonathan urges Nigerians to shun violence ahead of the 2015 general elections, promises to flag off work on the second Niger Bridge next month. Some residents of the Federal Capital Territory protest poor compensation for the land earmarked for the building of proposed Centenary City. Nurses at the Federal Medical Center in Lokoja embark on strike, asking the removal of a consultant accused of high-handedness. And Ukrainian lawmakers vote to oust President Yanukovych, plan to hold early presidential elections on May 25th. All our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from the respective stores. Well, you can now interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Hostel accommodation is a major challenge for undergraduates in Nigerian universities, with over 45% of the students residing outside the university campuses. To address this challenge, the University of Lagos Parents Forum is planning to construct a 15-story female hostel with 1,900 bed spaces.
The presence of security agencies at the University of Lagos already gives away the caliber of guests expected to visit the school. Soon enough, a chopper carrying Nigeria's First Lady, Mrs. Patience Jonathan, touched down. She's received by the university authorities. Mrs. Jonathan is visiting one of the most reputable tertiary institutions, the University of Lagos, for the groundbreaking ceremony of a 15-story female hostel, which is to be named in her honor. Various speakers highlighted the importance of such a project to the university.
Due to previous government policies banning the use of government funds for development of hostel and staff accommodation many years back, University of Lagos has only a total of 8,500 bed spaces for students accommodation, with 3,894 earmarked for male and 4,871 for female students. This puts a great pressure on available bed spaces.
Based on our commitment to improve on the welfare of our students, the Parent Forum is embarking on a 15-story female hostel project, which is the fourth of its kind in Africa, to complement the existing ones on the campus. The sheer scale of this proposed hostel complex cannot but make some people grin with envy. We are most grateful to the Parents Forum for coming up with such a laudable project. Most observers of the education sector in Nigeria are familiar with the usual problems associated with campus accommodation for students and staff.
The special guests with the building will be named after. One is the challenge of female undergraduates in securing accommodation on campus.
I therefore want to call on the university authorities in the country to put in more effort and improve on the standards and quality of our educational system. This will help to promote the quality of graduates we produce.
And now to the unveiling of the hostel model and foundation layers for the building.
May the Almighty Lord.
The 15-story female hostel building is expected to be completed within 2 years. When completed, it will provide 1,900 bed spaces for female undergraduates.
It's a very great project, and I think it's first of its kind in the history of Nigeria. I mean, 15-story building just for female hostel, because that's very nice.
Well, definitely, the major thing is accommodation to help us, to assist us, and yes, we'll be provided with very good facilities that will aid our academic research, so we are happy.
The building will complement the existing 13 undergraduate hostels and 2 for postgraduate students.
Activities have been paralyzed at the Federal Medical Center, Lokoja, Kogi State, as nurses of the hospital have gone on strike. They're asking for the removal of one of the doctors in the hospital. Now, the chairman, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Federal Medical Center, Lokoja Chapter, Dr. Dan Amir, said the protest became necessary because of the high-handedness of the doctor, Charles Nzubike.
This is the antenatal section of the Federal Medical Center, Lokoja, where pregnant women come for their routine checks. They want the consultant in charge of the obstetrics and gynecology section, Dr. Charles Nzubike, to be removed. They have alleged his inhumane treatment of expectant mothers, which they say has been going on for some time. Their decision to down tools was made behind closed doors, but the protests in the open, displaying placards from ward to ward with inscriptions of their demand. Chairman of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Lokoja Chapter, says the doctor in the eye of the storm has been preventing the nurses from full participation in the antenatal section.
Nurses and midwives no longer have right to examine or check any woman at antenatal clinic. The thing wasn't when he now drove all the antenatal women that came from antenatal away, depriving them of the clinic for reasons best known to him, not even declared without the consent of the management of the hospital.
Another allegation against the consultant is the hardship he puts pregnant women through before they can see the doctor, a ploy to divert them to his private hospital.
Because he's a consultant, he is trying to suffer these people so that he can have the access of diverting this patient to their private clinic. That is the thing. They are trying to divert the patient to their private clinic, because at the time you allow these people to suffer enough, they will say, what can I go and do in FMC? The next thing is to look for an alternative, which they are saying the owner. And this is what we want to stop.
Women will be there from 6 a.m. Some even come before 6 a.m. and they will sit down up to 6 p.m. Consider your wife being put into that stress. How will the baby feel? A stress of the mother affect the baby. Baby also will be stressful.
In the meantime, Dr. Charles Nzubike told our correspondent off camera that the allegations against him are baseless, saying he's trying to bring change into the system. The hospital's medical director said he was unavailable for comments.
Would you agree that safety in the home goes beyond special doors and security guards? Indeed, some household products can be dangerous to health when used inappropriately, causing accidental poisoning and other health hazards. Tonight, proper handling and precautions to take when it comes to these kinds of products will be at the heart of our focus on health. Our correspondent, Yomi Otaibe, reports.
You have them around your home. Indeed, they make life easier for you, but they could be potentially harmful. Household chemicals are a type of consumer goods designed particularly to assist cleaning, pest control, and general hygiene purposes.
You find household chemicals in all sector of the houses, both in the living room, in the toilet, in the garage, both in your car. For example, in the toilet we have the personal use chemicals, cosmetics, soaps, lipsticks, and where you have antiseptics where you protect fungi in the houses. So it is also important that parents take care of all these chemicals in terms of storing them very well, taking it away from the children, and making sure that it is safe, for the family.
So, what do you know about household chemicals such as disinfectants, detergents, and insecticides, and how do you handle them?
Detergent is the domestic use. You know, the children, when they come from school, they always like to wash their socks, probably the handkerchief, depending on the awareness on personal neatness. So, but obviously, you need to wash the silver socks when coming back from school. So, you don't need to keep those ones away from them. When I use insecticide in my home, I make sure I keep it off the children reach, because at times they will think it's something like a cream or perfume. When I finish fleeting the room, I drop it in a safe place. Maybe I have a cupboard that I put it, but normally there should be nose guide. But majority of, let me say, Nigerians, we don't using those guides. You take your time before putting it on, all these things. So just spray what you want to spray, drop it, close your door, and move away from there.
Do you read labels on your household chemicals?
No.
I will read it to know how to use it, and the ones that can affect you for health, and how to use it before using it. So I will read the label.
Household chemicals are essential items in the home, and they are reasonably safe when used as directed. The level of toxicity of a product depends on the dose used and the length of exposure to such products.
There are two ways this can affect anybody at all, either in form of inhaling it, or by touching the skin, or by touching the eye, or swallowing it, kind of swallowing it and having a taste of it. So in this way, it is important that we have a way of reading the label, first of all, to look at the sign words. For example, when the chemical is flammable, you don't store it very close to fire. When the chemical is toxic, you don't keep it very close to food. When it's corrosive, you don't keep it with other products. One of the conditions and prerequisite for manufacturers is to make sure they label their products appropriately. And most of these products do have expiry date. What I'm saying is that chemicals are meant to make our life easy. Yet it is also very important to take note of the implications of those chemicals. So the end user has the first obligation to know what they're using by reading the label.
Either by accident or faulty manufacturing, household consumer products, especially the ones that contain chemicals, can injure, causing skin burns, irritation of the eyes, breathing difficulty, and other health problems. To prevent this, proper storage and handling is very important. In case of an emergency, seek immediate medical help. Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, as Nigeria grapples with a challenge of power supply, experts suggest alternatives that are environmentally friendly. Please join us again.